Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings from me. And it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to attending this event. Your Excellency, Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Yuswari Ojemat, and of course, my fellow colleagues from my university, University of Jenderal Ahmad Yani. It is very much my pleasure to have you all here. Thank you. Violence is something that is not really hurt, right? Moreover, violence that makes women as victims. There are so many recorded cases of violence in the world, especially domestic violence that happens to mostly women. So, what are the main causes of domestic violence against women? For going into the main discussions, I will provide data from the World Health Organization, WHO, the World Bank, the United Nations, UN, and the number of academic sources. The data found that women in previously colonized countries were 50 times more likely to experience intimate partner violence. When a country has a high patriarchal culture and a history of colonialism, the risk of domestic violence increases. Many academics from the post-colonial period say the same thing. From widespread poverty to racial discriminations and gender inequality, colonialism is at the root of the growth of systems and structures that led to high level of violence against women. Why is colonialism one of the causes of violence against women in social life? The first is colonial policy. This is because in colonial policy, many colonial government systems were based on the policy of distinguishing the local populations, categorizing and classifying individuals based on rank of ethnicity. Many colonial systems of government implemented regulations and legal frameworks that were very detrimental to women. The second is historical trauma. Nowadays, people may not experience the practice of colonialism themselves, but they may live in communities that have historical trauma. Events that are felt by a community or ethnic group can result in a sense of trauma that can be passed down from generations to generations. Research shows that trauma can be exacerbated by the practices of discriminations and oppressions experienced by the next generations. Women's rights activist Karen Max, who works for the First Nations community in Canada, argues that we need to look at how in a community that causes of violence against women are not only about gender inequality, but also how traumatic experiences of men in that community are. Whatever the reasons, violence, especially against women in domestic life, should not occur. This violence can cause new trauma. I thank all of you once again for attending this event and for letting me speak about these remarks. I hope this can encourage us to realize that this kind of law should not be happening in our society. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day.